Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Physics Tricks. So today's topic of discussion is the numericals on vector algebra. So in this first numerical, a force vector applied on a mass is represented by Fr is equal to 6i hat minus 8j cap plus 10k hat, and then mass accelerates with the acceleration 1 meter per second squared. What will be the mass of the body? Okay, so we have to calculate what is the mass of the body. Okay, so we know that mass of the body is a scalar quantity. So mass in general it is a scalar quantity. So what we have to do is mass is equal to magnitude of the force divided by magnitude of the acceleration. So which is equal to, what is the magnitude of the force? It is root of x component squared, x6 squared plus minus 8 squared plus 10 squared divided by, what is the acceleration given? 1. So which is equal to mass, and that is root of 36 plus 64 plus 100, and that is equal to, we have, this is 200, and that is 10 root 2 kgs, 10 root 2 kgs. Okay, so this is the mass of the body. So second question we have, let a bar is equal to given, that is 1 by root 2 cos theta I hat plus 1 by root 2 sin theta j hat, be any vector given. What will be the unit vector in the direction of a bar? So we know that unit vector is equal to the given vector divided by magnitude of the vector, isn't it? So which is equal to, what is the given vector? We have 1 by root 2 in bracket cos theta I hat plus sin theta j hat divided by, what is the magnitude of a given vector? It is 1 by 2 cos square theta plus 1 by 2 sin square theta whole root, and that is equal to 1 by root 2 divided by 1 by root 2 into cos theta I hat plus sin theta j hat, cos theta I hat plus sin theta j hat, and this 1 by root 2, this 1 by root 2 get cancelled, and we'll have answer as cos theta I hat plus sin theta j hat. So this is the answer we have. So next question, third question, resolve the following vectors into the vector components right now. So as you can see over here, given this is 20 Newton force or 20 any unit force. So this has two components, one is along this and other one is along this. So horizontal component we can write it as, for the first one, horizontal component, and that is equal to 20 cos 37 degree. And those who don't know what is the value of cos 37 sin 37, for them, do remember this triangle, right? This triangle is very important triangle. So in this triangle always remember one thing, and that is, if you consider this is 4, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5, and if this angle is theta, sin theta we have is 3 divided by 5, cos theta we have is 4 divided by 5. So this angle we have is 37 degree. So as you can see over here, this is 20 into cos 37 is 4 divided by 5, so which is equal to 16 units. This is the horizontal component. So this is 16. Likewise, what is the vertical, or the what we can say, the opposite component? So we can write over here vertical component, and that is equal to 20 sine 37 degree, so which is 20 into 3 divided by 5, So that is equal to 12 units, isn't it? So this is 12 units. So likewise, if you consider the horizontal component of this and the vertical component of this angle we have is 45 degree because total is 180. So we have 3 root 2 cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So this is 3. Likewise, this one 3 root 2 sine 45 is 1 by root 2, 3 and 3. Likewise, over here this angle we have is 60 degree. This is 8. So it's horizontal and the vertical component. Horizontal component we have is 8 sine 60 because it is opposite. So it is 8 into root 3 by 2, which is 4 root 3, and this is 8 cos 60. 8 into 1 by 2, that is 4 units. So we have horizontal 4 root 3 and the vertical 4 units. Okay, fourth one, A bar and B bar are two vectors with magnitude of 20 and 25 respectively. The angle between them is 37 degree. Find the angle between A bar plus B bar and A bar. A bar plus B bar and A bar is nothing but what? Tan alpha. Tan alpha, we know that it is B sine theta divided by A plus B cos theta. So which is equal to B we have is 25 into what is the angle between these two? 37 degree divided by what is A? 20 plus 25 cos 37 degree. So which is equal to 25 into what is sine 37? 3 divided by 5 divided by 20 plus 25 into 4 divided by 5. So if you just solve this, you will get this as 5 are 15 divided by, this is 5 are 20, 20, 40, isn't it? So this is 5 3s are 5 8s are. So alpha we have is tan inverse 3 divided by 8. 3 divided by 8. So this is the answer for the fourth question. So I hope this is clear. So this is the fourth question. Now the fifth question. Just a minute. Yeah. So we have here sixth and seventh. Chalo. So it is given if the magnitude of vectors A bar, B bar and C bar are given respectively and A bar plus B bar is equal to C bar, find angle between vectors A bar and B bar. Okay, so over here C bar is equal to A bar plus B bar given indicates what? The addition of two vectors gives the third vector. So C bar magnitude will be equal to root of A squared plus B squared plus 2AB cos theta. So what is C squared over here? 13 squared is equal to what is A squared? 12 squared plus 5 squared plus 12 into 5, 60 into 2 cos theta. So it is become 13 squared is equal to, this is 144 plus 5 squared, it is also a 13 squared plus 120 cos theta, but this get cancelled. We have cos theta is equal to 0 divided by 120 degree. So 120. So from this theta is equal to cos inverse 0, which is 0 degree. So this is not a degree, this is 0 degree. So if next question, seventh question, if two vectors A bar and B bar given are inclined at 60 degree to each other, then determine the direction and magnitude of their resultant. So we want what is the direction and magnitude of the resultant. So resultant, we know that R is equal to root of A squared, that is 4 squared, plus B squared, that is 7 squared, plus 2AB. 7 4s are 28, 56 cos 60 degree. So which is equal to 4 4s are 16 plus 49 into plus 28, because cos 60 is 1 by 2. So root of this is 55 65 plus 8 3. It is root 83, I think. Just check it once, one more time. 16 plus 28, it is 44 plus 49, how much? 93. So this is the magnitude of the resultant. What is the direction? Tan alpha we have is equal to b sine theta. It's not cos theta, it is b sine theta divided by a plus b cos theta. So which is equal to, what is b over here? 7 into sine theta is root 3 by 2 because sine 60 divided by 7 plus a is 4 plus 7 into 1 by 2. So if you just solve this, you will get 7 root 3 divided by 8 plus 7, and that is 7 root 3 divided by 15. This is the direction we have. This is the magnitude, this is the direction. Then 8th question, 8th, 9th. So just a numbering mistake over here. The magnitudes of the x and y component of p bar are 7 and 6. Also, the magnitude of the x and y component of p bar plus q bar are 11 and 9. What is the magnitude of q? Okay, so p bar we have, and that is equal to xi hat plus yj hat. X and y component are given. That is 7i hat plus 6j hat. Let us consider q bar is equal to x1i hat plus y1j hat, and that is what we have to calculate. P bar plus q bar then will be x plus x1 I hat plus y plus y1 j hat, and that is equal to 7 plus x1 I hat plus 6 plus y1 j hat, and that is equal to given 11 I hat plus 9 j hat. So if you just compare, you will get 7 plus x1 is equal to 11. So x1 we have is 4, and 6 plus y1 is equal to 9. So y1 we have is 3. So as you can see over here, 4i hat plus 3j hat is q bar. And what is the magnitude of q bar then? Root of 16 plus 9, which is root 25, that is 5. So 8th question now. Two equal forces have resulted equal to 1.5 times the either force. 1.5 times, right? So indicates what? Two equal forces. So F is equal to 1.5 times the either of the forces, right? So two equal forces are there. Then we have F1 is equal to F2, and this indicates what? This gives the resultant equal to, the resultant R is equal to 1.5 times. That means 1.5 indicates 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 divided by 2, either of the forces F. Find angle between the two forces. Okay, so we know that 3 by 2 F whole squared, that is resultant squared, is equal to first force squared plus second force squared plus 2F squared cos theta. So if you just calculate, 9 by 4 F squared minus 2F squared is equal to 2F squared cos theta. So this F squared cancel. This is 1 by 4 is equal to 2 cos theta. So from this cos theta we have is 1 by 8. This is the answer we have. Okay, so next, two forces 7 and 3 Newton simultaneously act on a body. What is the value of their maximum resultant, minimum resultant? What will be the resultant if the forces acts in a right angle? So maximum resultant possible in vector when the two forces acts in the same direction, and that is equal to 7 plus 3, which is equal to 10 Newton. Minimum resultant will be there when the two forces acts opposite direction, in opposite direction. 7 minus 4, 4 Newton. And what will be the resultant if the forces act in a right angle direction? So indicates if 7 Newton is in this direction, 4 Newton in this direction, what is the magnitude, so it will be root of 4 squared plus 7 squared, which is 8 plus, sorry, 16 plus 49. Right now 16, it is just, sorry, I considered 4, it is actually 3 now. Yeah, this is 3 Newton, right? So root of 3 squared plus 7 squared, which is equal to root of 9 plus 49, which is root 58. So this is the answer. 10th one, see, find the torque of force acting at a point. Torque, we know that torque is the cross product of R bar and F bar. So whenever cross product you have to find, you always have to go with a matrix method, right? So it is, firstly you have to write I hat, J hat, K hat. Okay, now firstly you have to write I hat, J hat and K hat. Then R bar component 7, 3, 1. Then F bar component -3, 1, 5. So take I hat first. I hat. Remove this row and column. It will become 3 5s are 15 minus 1 minus J hat. Then remove this and this. Then 7 5s are 35 minus of -3. Then plus K hat. Alternate. Firstly plus, then minus, then plus, minus, like that. Then it will be 7 minus of -9, it will be 9. So which is equal to 14 I hat minus 38 J hat plus 16 K hat. This is the answer we have. So I hope this is clear. Now you have 9th and 10th solution. Okay, after this we have 11th. If two vectors are given, by calculation prove that A bar cross B bar is perpendicular to both A bar and B bar. So firstly we'll calculate A bar cross B bar. So I'm calculating over here A bar cross B bar, which is equal to A bar cross B bar. To calculate this, you have to write I, J and K. I, J, K, then A bar's component 2, 1, minus 1, then B bar's component 0, 1, minus 4. So we have firstly I hat, then take this cross product -4, this with this with this, then okay, then we have minus of -1 minus J hat, alternate, right? Then this and this cancel, -4 plus 2, it will become -8, minus of 0, then plus K hat 2 minus 0. So if you just calculate, you will get -4 plus 1 minus 3 I hat plus 8 J hat plus 2K hat. So this is A bar cross B bar we have. Now we want A bar cross B bar perpendicular to both A bar and B bar. So if you take the dot product now with A bar or with B bar, it has to be 0. So whenever we take the dot product, so this you have to remember, whenever we take the dot product of any two quantities, and if the dot product becomes 0, then the given vectors are said to be perpendicular. So this statement you have to remember. Okay, now so the given vectors are said to be perpendicular, right? So we have -3 I hat plus 8J hat plus 2K hat dot product with A bar will take, and it will be 2I hat plus J hat minus K hat. And if I take the dot product, -3 plus 2, it will become -6 plus 8 minus 2, it will become 0, indicates, therefore we can conclude that A bar cross B bar and A bar are perpendicular to each other. Likewise, you can prove it for B bar. Chalo, next. Yeah, volume is yes, it is a scalar quantity because it does not have any direction. It does not have any particular direction, right? Momentum, yes, it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity, a physical quantity which has a direction. It may be a vector quantity. Why? Because it may be a vector quantity because current may have the direction, isn't it? Current may have the direction. So current has the direction, but it is not a vector quantity. Okay now. Chalo, next. We have which of the following physical quantities are represented by axial vector. Axial vector is a torque, velocity, linear, force, linear, displacement, linear or polar vector. Which of the following physical quantities are represented by polar vectors? Yes, it is a displacement, angular velocity, angular momentum, torque is a axial vectors. Unit vector on the direction, in the direction 2i hat minus j hat plus 4k hat. So we know that unit vector is the given vector divided by magnitude of the vector. So what is the given vector? 2i hat minus j hat plus 4k hat divided by, what is this magnitude? Root of 4 plus 1 plus 16. So it will become 2i hat minus j hat plus 4k hat divided by 16 plus 4, 20, 21 it is. And it is given in option A. Magnitude of the vector. Magnitude can be calculated by using root of first component squared plus second component squared plus third component squared. It will become root 3. Right now, magnitude of a vector is always positive, always negative, maybe positive, maybe negative, right? So magnitude of a vector is always positive quantity. It will never be negative, right? The angle between the vector, angle is always calculated. Angle is always calculated by number 1, tail to tail method. Number 2, head to head method. Okay now, tail to tail or head to head method we can say. So as you can see over here, head of the first vector is connected to the tail of the second vector. So what we have to do, we have to translate this vector to this side, and whatever this angle is there, that is the angle between A bar and B bar, that is 60 degree we have. So option B is the correct option over here. ठीक है, तो ये 20 क्वेश्चंस आप अच्छे से करो. यू हैव टू राइट ईच एंड एवरी क्वेश्चन इन योर बुक. ठीक है, तभी ये अच्छे से हो पाएंगे. इसको एक बार, दो बार, तीन बार रिपीट मोड पे देखो, तभी ये क्वेश्चंस अच्छे से आ जाएंगे आपको. सो आई होप ये वीडियो आपको अच्छा लगा होगा. इफ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, डू सब्सक्राइब, डू कमेंट ऑन दिस वीडियो.